to expand.
Or at least keep the Empire from expanding. Because it sounds like the Empire's about to move in here to provide assistance.
In this bar, or the surrounding area, casually asking around, what do they mine from these mountains?
All sorts of things. Insert the various different kinds of Star Wars metals here.
Is it like military grade stuff, or
Some of it's military, some of it's military grade stuff, some of it's not.
Metal.
There's industrial and military applications to be had.
so they are potentially selling
Doro steel, yes.
valuable war goods type stuff, war materials.
Mm-hmm. And if
Can also be a reason in and of itself to take over the local area.
And it seems like the planet itself is being only mined from a couple select areas, while the rest of it's being left as a pristine, decrepit wonderland. Yeah. Almost as if the population, almost as if the government actually cares about the environment and the future of its country, and the future of the planet.
Who would do that?
These people.
So if the resistance continues, the Empire might, actually send in a force to move in and actually take over this place to help the Empire. And,
Nice Wookiee impression.
It was not intended.
A Wookiee purr.
Please stop.
You're turning him on.
The point remains,
Please,
though,
no
that
more.
I guess we can just, unless anyone has any better ideas other than making sure that B doesn't fuck with the ship security again, we can take a walk around the touristy trap locations. Like, does anyone have a better idea?
You wanted me to fuck with the tabana gas? Can do.
B, no, not again. We just told him
Yeah.
that it explodes if he fucks with it.
All right.
He didn't realize
Hey,
previously.
anyone have like a better idea of what to pursue before being contacted by this insurgency?
No.
Alright.
The only other thing I could imagine is if we're still looking at other buyer potentials, trying to find some sort of commerce district.
I think
Make contact with not like street merchants, but if there's a corporation or something here that does trading.
I think that would be worth Lissa pursuing, since she would be the most apt at pursuing it. Maybe like Jay as well, if he wants to look into the seedier elements. I know my character can't help in finding potential buyers. I'll make sure that B doesn't ruin everything. How about that? That'll be my lot in life.
Okay.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Don't make promises B will ensure you can't keep.
I will attempt to ensure that B doesn't ruin everything, or I will ruin B.
Rip both of his leg sticks off.
Right.
And the wheel for good measure.
All right. So
The butt wheel.
That's his steering wheel.
So Rakcharr is staying on the ship with B and G. And Laana's going.
A terrible law firm.
Yeah, Laana's going off to deal with corporate types.
I suppose I'm gonna go schmooze with corporates. Ugh.
Aaron's gonna go try to hang out with the seedy underbelly, and then Lissa's just sort of.
I'm getting a squid on a stick. Then I'm getting drunk. I'm getting another squid on a stick.
Okay, so Lissa's actually
going like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's just taking in the sights, the sounds, the smells. It's good. It's good.
Alyssa's following her MO.
Right. Well, we'll go to J3PO first.
Ooh.
This is going to be a Streetwise or Knowledge Underworld, whichever you prefer.
As the party splits 4 ways.
Difficulty 3. All right.
I don't know if I succeeded.
It's pretty close, Aaron, but I think you did.
By a hair.
Yep. You do find a list of many different. You find basically what ends up is you find out that actually there's quite a few people who are looking to actually purchase Tabana gas, but not in the sheer amounts that you have. There's people who are like, I'm willing to take like 3 of your encumbrance off using whatever that adds out to.
Okay, so there's a variety of people we could split it up between.
Yes.
Okay, that's useful. Jay will keep that information on hand.
And now we'll go to Laana. Laana.
Oh, God.
Looking for the corporate district, correct? Correct?
Yes, or wherever commerce is handled by, like, corporations rather than street vendors.
All right. Talking to people on the street points you to. Talking to people on the street, you eventually learn out that there's actually no real major corporations. It's mostly mom and pop, mostly like sort of small time.
What is wrong with this place?
Mom and pop and small time corporations. The only large corporation is EotE government.
This place is just wrong.
This place is EotE government. They're the ones who handle all the importing and exporting of goods here.
So they're socialist?
Something. Are you gonna go talk to EotE government Emporium?
I suppose I am.
All right.
Why did that not work correctly? Whatever.
All right. And I'm actually going to need you to make a perception check, Ryan.
I will attempt to do so. What difficulty?
Difficulty 2. All right.
Proceed.
All right. As you're walking towards the big doors that say like importing government, all that shit, like the big corporate building, you notice something beeping along the wall nearby. I'm gonna need you to make. Let's see here. Do you have this? Oh no, you're not gonna make an athletics check. But yeah, you need to basically see that there's a bomb on the wall. What do?
Cross to the other side of the street.
All right. There's a pretty big explosion. I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check, but since you're on the other side of the street and you knew it was coming, you get 3 bonus die to this, and it's difficulty 2.
3 bonus die being what exactly?
3 bonus.
You
boosts. Boosts. Blues.
Okay. Because if you're like increase it by 3, because that would be amusing.
All right.
Aha!
All right.
The first athletics check I've ever passed.
Yeah, and all your successes, everything came fine. You did everything fine. But the explosion is followed up by a series of other explosions nowhere near you, but loud sounds, explosions, screaming, and the telltale sounds of gunfire started ringing out across the area you're in. What do?
I assume maintaining my cover seems like the best choice. Maybe can I see where this alley that I ducked into for cover goes?
It'll take you down to another busy street behind you, but it seems to be. There's basically you have a big like central courtyard area you just crossed into, and then back that way leads to like another street that leads off the central courtyard. Which you see what I'm saying here?
Kind of. It's just a giant grid.
Yeah, basically. Anyways,
action. I'll activate the force defense and start moving in whichever direction down the. Trying to make it back towards the ship and towards the group. Moving away from blaster fire noise as often as I can.
As you near the street that would take you towards the spaceport, you see you hear the hard crunch of boots on the, let's just say pavement because I can't think of another word, and they're basically these people sort of looking around. They see you, but they spot you unless you're actually trying to hide.
Nope, I am currently playing the hapless civilian attempting to get away from the chaos.
You say playing.
They're believing you. They're like, come this way. They're like motioning you to get behind them as they slowly move forward, looking around the rooftops for sniper fire, possibly.
I will ask if they have a clear path out of here.
One of them tells.
Still trying to seem like a panicked lady.
One of them tells you that the route that they just came from seems clear. Most of the fighting is to the north, anyways. You're going south, by the way.
Even better.
The fighting goes to the south, and they tell you to run. They tell you to not run. They tell you to move it.
I feel like that's a good idea.
Yeah. Almost the moment you're past them, though, you hear 3 shots ring out, and all 3 of them fall over dead.
That's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, well. And someone comes and you see a group of people walking up to you from the south. And, oh, whoops. Oh, God. Okay, we're fine. I fixed it. Situation normal.
You can tell they're the insurgents because they're dirty.
Yes. And
like
then
Che Guevara.
coming up the street is a woman followed behind by three men wielding blaster rifles. And she says, I've heard. She basically looks at you and says, "I've heard you've been looking for me."
Well, not exactly. I was asking about you.
Well, around this
in
part,
a roundabout way.
yeah. Well, we're gonna have to hurry and get off the main streets. Otherwise, we're probably gonna get rounded up in another anti-insurgent sweep. Come on.
Well, were you told why I was asking about you?
Yeah, you were. It's about the tabana gas. Come on.
So can you buy it or not?
I can't buy it, but now that I can't buy it, but I know exactly the guy who has it for you.
I would give her a dubious look. And then
Prison break!
Yeah, I'll actually just pull out a comm link and call back on the party lines that made contact.
I heard a boom. A lot of boom.
Yeah. There's still more booms and more sounds, and there's cops everywhere pouring out of the woodwork, apparently.
I'll start going with her while I'm basically telling the party that,
Yeah, Jay's first question will be, do you need help?
Not at the moment, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, I found a number of buyers we could split the load amongst.
All of it?
Most of it.
Most of it.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
Anyway, you're led through side streets and alleyways until you arrive at a, let's just say, hover van, basically. And
does it have windows?
Yes, it does actually have windows, but they're tinted.
Thank God.
They're tinted.
As long as it doesn't say free candy on the side, I'll suppose get in because I have no choice.
Anyways, and the thing rockets off towards the south.
I imagine my choices were follow or get stunned, so...
Probably. But anyways. I'm just gonna get rid of these guys. You're in the backseat of the hover van with Tika Lons, Insurgent Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire?
Yes.
She looks like she's 16.
Hey, insurgents can be of any age.
Yes.
And she also looks like she would give Rakcharr a run for his money. So was all this necessary?
When you're fighting for your very survival and the survival of your planet against an evil oppressor, yes.
Oh, I mean blowing up half of the bazaar back there just to make contact.
It's a good cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good cover, and casualties will be kept to a minimum because most of the tourist population was kept at the side streets.
So what are you trying to accomplish?
What I'm trying to accomplish here is I need a group of people who are well armed and well equipped. I'm assuming that you and your crew can account for that. To bust my friend and everyone else out of a prison. Doing that, you'll doing that. He'll pay for your tabana gas. No questions asked, and everything will be hunky dory. And the government here will be too busy dealing with a large scale prison break to want to deal with you.
So you're looking to a group of traders to create a prison break.
You're not just traders if you're working for a hunt, dear.
We were trying to get away from him, actually.
Well, you're not doing a good job now, are you?
Well, getting away from him involves getting rid of all of his things that he left with us, so that hopefully he won't come after us.
Good decision. I hear huts have a long memory.
So far, everywhere we've gone has only complicated this. And now you want us to break into a prison.
Mm-hmm.
And from the sound of it, release everybody.
Is that a problem?
I'm having some difficulty seeing how this benefits us.
All your gas is taken, and at the price that Caltho agreed.
How much was that price?
He hasn't told me, but I'm assuming it's well above market.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hinting at. Well, I imagine if you actually want to attempt to sell us on this idea, probably going to need to speak with the rest of my friends as well.
She's gonna lean up and tap and speak to the driver and says, I'll drop you off at the spaceport. Couple blocks away from it, don't want to be too obvious. You can talk with them again. And then she reaches in her back pocket and hands you a comp link. This is the only way you can actually contact me.
Let's see. Let's put it in a pocket in the coat jacket.
You basically have got 12 hours to give us an answer one way or another. If I don't hear from you in 12 hours, we're going to assume you're not working with us.
Okay, then.
And that's it. Unless you have other questions for me.
So, how did Caltho find you for this deal anyway?
He didn't find me, he found the guy, John.
That sounds like a fake name.
The fakest.
He could seek. He said this is his real name. He's kind of a crazy person, but whatever. He at least had great ideas that the old government used to hold on to until the new one threw its hand in with the Empire. Anyway, I'm assuming Calso was throwing it in here because he didn't like the fact that the Empire was getting influence near Imperial space.
I see.
Hut space, not Imperial space, whatever.
Yeah, I was kind of grinning at that.
Uh-huh.
The Empire gained influence near Imperial space.
Well, it did.
Well, they seem like pretty standard freedom fighters, so I don't see any point in playing 20 questions with her.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty much almost on the dot. Once the questions are done, within a minute, you're dropped off about a block and a half away from the spaceport. And then the van rockets back off towards the west.
I'll head back towards the ship and call the crew together to discuss this.
All right, I'm sitting like right next to like the entrance ramp. I got like the heavy repeater blaster like ready to go. I like pointed at the entrance ramp, waiting for it to come down.
I imagine he'd be like sitting in the turret with the laser pointed at the door, like window popped open, holding the gun outside as well.
Yes. I have the damn, the gunnery
Nobody
and
touches
gunnery.
our gas.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And anyways, it doesn't take very long until the entire crew's here.
I arrived there shortly after.
Lissa's drunk, or slightly
I am
drunk.
drunk, and I've got, like, a number of objects on sticks, most likely fried.
They're all fried.
The sticks are all fried.
Yeah, the sticks are fried,
Man.
including the
Fried
animal.
sticks. Awesome.
Thing
The
is
sticks
fried.
were also breaded for extra flavor.
Sweet breaded and fried sticks.
Mm-hmm.
As well as whether animal or, I guess, food substances on them.
The sticks might actually be, made of food. Like, they might put food on that food.
Yeah, the sticks are basically something similar towards, I guess.
Fried squid stuffed with a cinnamon stick that's also fried.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Yep.
I think we found heaven.
So what was with all the explosions?
They're crazy.
They're crazy.
Apparently, she was able to just drop me off like 2 blocks away, but required blowing up half the promenade to actually show up, and killed like a ton of the local soldiers.
Have you considered that she might have intended to do that anyway, and our arrival just gave her an excuse?
I don't know.
I considered it, yeah, like
That almost makes it worse.
that's why they're just crazy, yeah.
Did she drift
But they-
through any of the soldiers?
What was that?
Did she take the side of the car and sort of glide along through them?
No, there's no.
So she's just brutal, not cool. I got it.
Are you drunk again, Lissa?
Again.
Again?
The question should be, are you sober?
Again?
Well, that's not real. You were saying, Laana?
So, basically, she said she can't buy these. But what she can offer is the wonderful one-time deal in the next 12 hours for us to orchestrate a prison break.
Wait, what?
That was the idea, yeah.
So, we're going to orchestrate...
She wants us to break the buyer and a bunch of fighters out of prison. And from the sound of it, all the other prisoners to create chaos so they can probably do more of this insane shoot-up bombing.
Alright.
You know, I'm beginning to think that just dumping the tabana into the river, just on the floor somewhere.
Hold on, Lissa, hold on. How much are we getting paid to execute a prison break?
Undisclosed. It sounded like they can't really afford to give us anything, and the payment is just what we would get for the gas.
Wait. So, not only would we be selling this group the gas, but we would also be executing a prison break in order to just sell the gas.
Oh no, she was quite clear that they can't buy it. This other guy can, though, who...
This guy who's been
works for them.
imprisoned and who's working for the Resistance.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm sure if he has so many credits, he could have resolved the whole break out of prison situation.
I have a feeling they know he's with the Resistance.
Well,
Wait,
wouldn't-
so... If him getting himself broken out of prison through that would get him known, how would us do whatever?
Okay. So, in order for us to get the best possible value we can on this planet from the tabana gas, we need to execute a prison break to get this guy so that he can access whatever off-planet hidden accounts that he might have, so that we can get paid for this, so that we can give Kalthu the Hutt an undisclosed amount, which might even exceed 100%.
Well, we might not even actually get to keep any of the stuff that we get paid for this.
Right.
Like, Kaltho's deal might have been he gets all the money because those were his direct lackeys.
Yes. So, we're attempting... We have been offered a job to execute
Once in a lifetime. Yes.
a prison break so that we could get nothing from the exchange other than criminal records on this planet?
Yeah. Also, we've got something beeping.
Something
shall
beeping.
check this thing.
You have one new message.
Is it a bomb?
My favorite.
This is a public service announcement from the Yarnum self-government. A Category 3 planetary quarantine is now in effect on the planet for the next 24 hours. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Thank you, public service announcement. Alright. Jay.
I'm pretty sure we could break a blockade. I'm not worried about that.
Jay, did you find anything?
You mean aside from all of these people willing to pay for our tabana?
Also, Jordan, the fact that you're not talking is making Skype really amplify your microphone sounds.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's actually not that. I think he just has a really low quality mic that's getting terrible noise.
What?
Okay.
No.
Maybe it's like a fan or air conditioner. Maybe that's
I have
what
an
it
air
is.
conditioner on, even though it's not blowing cold air,
Okay.
which is
So it might have been pointed at the microphone then, because suddenly that just amplified up to like 11, and I had to take off my headset.
Wow.
So you're saying you have a wall-mounted fan?
it's a ceiling-mounted fan.
Oh, my mistake.
It's a ceiling-mounted
Is it-
vent that blows air.
So yeah.
Jordan's fan is actually his face.
So
Whoosh, 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 whoosh,
at
whoosh.
any rate then, Jay found potential buyers. Could it be enough that would take up these 150 units?
Not quite the full amount, no. Even split amongst all of them.
Alright. Now, Laana, do you think there might be any repercussions if we say no or don't respond? It doesn't look like we can... Well, I mean, we can attempt to run the blockade, basically, the quarantine.
It didn't feel like we were being coerced. It's basically just if we don't respond in like 12 hours, they're going to assume we're not going to do it.
Okay.
There was no mention of what would happen then. I'm not really sure if they would, take it out on us.
Like by attempting to steal the tabana gas anyway, or by attempting to blow up the ship while all the tabana gas is still on it.
Both seem possible. Like I said, they're crazy.
Lissa, I thought you shut that up.
It's not me this time, I think. Like, I'm not going to unplug the phone when we've got a whole bunch of...
Can we set this ship to do not disturb?
No.
Oh man, I wish.
We need an invisible mode.
Wouldn't that be something?
Alright, you're over there by the button. Will you press it?
Ah.
We need to install a droid brain just to answer our phone.
Your button is now semi-greasy.
Anyways, you hear the voice of Tikalans appearing that's like, alright, things have changed.
It's been like 20 minutes.
Maybe she's
Things
doing
have
a public
changed. It's a
service
quarantine.
announcement.
This is... Stuff's getting weird.
After a
What does
bump,
that even mean?
Things have changed. Gotta move the timetable up.
It means that things have changed and stuff's getting weird. Gosh, listen.
Stuff's getting weird. Things have changed. I had something here and then it was on the tip of my tongue and now it's gone. Wow. This is weird. No, never mind. I remember it now. Instead of her, it's just an emoji of an explosion.
Is it animated?
Yeah, it's an animated emoji of an explosion.
I think this lady has an unhealthy obsession with things that go boom.
We
Rakcharr was
receive
saying,
a hollow emoji.
is that what I didn't even know our ship could do that with the answering machine. That's awesome!
This message will self-destruct.
How does it do that? Lissa, how do they do that? Can you do that?
I don't
Can't.
even.
Don't want to.
I can only odd.
That's fucking
I have
amazing.
no idea at the moment.
He's like, I can do that.
That's fucking amazing.
You can self-destruct? Why didn't you tell us about this before?
Kind of self-preservation, you know?
It's a very underused ability of yours.
All of 0 times, I hear.
I've been putting all of my skill points into self-destruct.
And
You plan on taking the entire
Definitely
planet
not
with
a waste.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't add ability die, it just adds more challenge die.
At any rate, Laana, you are the only person who is around her. What does that mean?
Boom? Big bada boom?
Big bada boom.
Do we have like our external cameras so that we can look at the exterior of the ship while we're inside the ship?
Sure.
Are we covered in space C4?
I might want to like have those cameras enabled while we continue to talk amongst ourselves, so that suddenly there's not like 17 insurgents spreading like thermal detonators everywhere.
Oh, they don't need to spread. They're already there.
All centered around the cargo hold.
No, the entire city is actually just rigged with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they use to build the city.
The city was built on grenades and rockets.
That's why it stays so clean.